Do you want to cruise in the UK this summer? Well, we have the breaking news just out of all of the details to get on board, so stay tuned.
Well, ahoy there, cruisers! Welcome to this Cruise News Roundup with us, Cruise with Ben and David. Hit the subscribe button below to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the cruise industry.
So we've got that breaking news that just came out this morning. P&O Cruises have announced that they will be offering Ultimate Escape UK holidays this summer, and they've also given us details of their brand new ship Iona and her very special new maiden cruise to her namesake island of Iona in Scotland. As you know, we brought you the news last week that P&O and Princess were going to be doing these cruises, but we've got the actual details now, including some protocols that you might be really surprised with. Paul Ludlow, P&O president, said, as we have spent the majority of last year at home, to be able to have a restorative and relaxing break, sit on deck with a sea view in the summer sunshine, and then enjoy an indulgent dinner and show, it's certainly what we all need this year, and we cannot wait to have our guests back on board. Oh my gosh, we agree so much.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, definitely summer sunshine, sea breeze, cocktails in the sun, fingers crossed the sun.
Heavenly heavenness.
So let's take a look at all those details that P&O have released about the summer sailings. So these new summer cruises will take place on the ship Iona as well as the Britannia. These cruises will depart from Southampton between June and September, sailing around the UK coast where the sun shines brightest. Not too sure about that one.
Well, it is true. For the best chance of any kind of good weather or sunny warm weather, you'll usually find it on the south coast. So out of all of the places, this is the best place to be. This video is sponsored by our friends at Fabulous, the #1 self-care app to help you build better habits and achieve your goals.
Fabulous makes it easy for anyone to develop and stick to healthy habits thanks to its science-backed daily routines. As a result, you'll feel healthier, fulfilled and more productive.
And honestly, it's definitely worked for us. We wanted to improve our physical health, especially now we're not getting out and about as much and eating so much junk food. We've had problems trying to be healthy and stick to a routine in the past. Fabulous app has really helped us create a long-lasting change in our daily routine just by making small changes.
The app helps with exercising and with things like yoga and stretching and helps change your daily routine. It even comes with handy little reminders. It's honestly like having your own coach in your pocket.
It's not only making us healthier, but it's giving us so much more energy to produce more videos and work harder. And because we're working with Fabulous, you can get a free week trial and up to 25% off a Fabulous subscription. What a bargain.
Yeah, absolutely. So click the link in the description section below and try it for yourself.
Now back to the show. So let's break down those details. First up on the P&O Britannia. Britannia will offer 3 and 4 night breaks, as well as 1 6-night holiday running from June the 27th through to September the 19th. 3-night cruises on Britannia will start from £449 per person, and 4-night cruises on Britannia will start from £499 per person. This price includes full board meals and entertainment on board, and it's also for a balcony cabin. Inside and ocean view cabins will be blocked off and not available, just to give everybody the chance to have some fresh air.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a tour of Britannia and we've sailed in her before. She was recently refurbished and we got to have a look around her, so take a look at that video to see what it is like on board the ship. Next up, the Iona. This is P&O's brand new XL class ship. The new LNG powered ship holds 5,200 guests and will be the largest ship ever built to serve the UK market. Iona will feature enhancements to the already successful signature venues from the P&O fleet, as well as new features developed specifically for Iona. I always find that word hard to say, specifically. Specifically. Iona will offer 7-night itineraries, running from August 7th to September the 18th.
It's great. The first cruise, so the inaugural cruise, is called the Iona Maiden. Love that. The 7-night cruise will depart from Southampton on August the 7th. Prices will start from £1,199 each. Again, the price includes full board meals and entertainment, as well as a balcony cabin. The cruise will depart from Southampton and obviously return to Southampton with coastal cruising to Scotland. So it's going to go all the way up to Scotland, where the weather might not be quite as good, but it's going to include the Inner Hebrides and a visit to the island of Iona.
Wow, interesting.
How amazing is that?
Yeah, I've never heard of a big ship that size do that sort of cruising before.
So yeah, a visit to the island of Iona, I bet that's going to be stunning. We've been to the Hebrides before, the Outer Hebrides and the Inner Hebrides, and it is spectacular. It's such a beautiful place to visit, so it's going to be a fantastic cruise.
Just pack for all seasons, that's our biggest tip. So the other 7 night cruises on Iona are called Voyage to the Sun, and these prices start from a little lower at £779 per person. Again, these depart from Southampton and will be coastal cruising past the Channel Islands and along the coast of France, but it won't be visiting the Channel Islands of France, it is just coastal cruising.
And again, as with Britannia, these prices are for a balcony cabin. The cruises are going to go on sale next Monday, March the 22nd at 8:30 AM UK time, and will be available to book online or through a travel agent. Just a reminder again, for anybody who's not in the UK, you won't be able to cruise on these ships. These are just for UK residents only. But we have the big question of what will be required to get on board. And it's not only that you're going to have to be a UK resident, there's going to be some protocols and procedures in place. Vaccines will be required. Both doses will be required, and at least a week before travel. Everyone must be vaccinated. This means no exceptions and no age limit. So this means there's going to be no families or children allowed on board. That is going to be very strange. And at the moment, the UK don't even plan to vaccinate children. This means young people in general, and young people like us in their 30s and 20s, will not be allowed to cruise.
Also, it looks like the crew will not be required to be vaccinated too. The press release says that proof of vaccination and the dates given will be required. Approved forms of evidence will be confirmed closer to the date of departure, and this will be required to be shown at the terminal prior to boarding. Failure to provide the evidence will result in denial of boarding.
And as you know, we have no proof at the moment. All that we have are the cards that are given out, which is an appointment card. So there isn't actually any formal passports at the moment, health passports or anything. So we'll see how that's going to work. So the vaccination rollout here in the UK is doing great. At the moment, it's over 55s only. Obviously, by the time that these cruises start in June and August, we're going to be much further down the line. But again, it's a 12-week wait to your next vaccination. So if you haven't been vaccinated by sort of April or May, you're not going to be cruising until at least September.
Next up, let's talk about travel insurance. Now, travel insurance will be required and is mandatory. You will be asked for proof of your travel insurance when you board the ship. Likewise, if you don't have that proof or it isn't the correct type of travel insurance, which we will come on to in a second, you will be denied boarding. So when traveling with P&O, the insurance must include medical and repatriation cover for a minimum of £2 million. That includes cover for emergency evacuations and medical expenses related to COVID-19.
Now, not many insurance companies are offering this, but luckily P&O have joined forces with a company called Holiday Extras to offer full protection insurance. We checked online for an adult on a week cruise in July, somebody who has absolutely no medical conditions, doesn't take any medicines or anything like that, and it comes in at around £80 per person for the lowest type. Now, this is a little bit more expensive than normal. For example, we pay around £80 per year for our travel insurance, but it's to be expected. You're getting COVID covered here, and you definitely want to be covered. So it's worth keeping that extra cost in mind. If there's 2 of you traveling, you're going to be paying around £160 for your insurance.
Yeah, and at the moment, we did try to have a look around different insurers to see what they were offering, but we couldn't find anything that was a clear, direct comparison. Because we aren't cruising at the moment, there's no way of knowing what the other travel insurances will be covering.
But we're sure that they'll come out of the woodwork once they learn about these cruises and give something that they can offer as well. So there might be some cheaper options as well in the future.
Now, the big question that we keep getting asked is, what will life be like on board, and will there be protocols such as mask wearing and social distancing? Well, we now know that all guests and crew will be required to follow enhanced medical and wellbeing measures to protect everyone on board these cruises. These protocols have been developed with guidance from global medicine and public health experts and scientists, and in close coordination with the UK government agencies.
Now, so for crew and guests, they will be required to wear a face mask in certain areas of the ship, in public areas. We should imagine we're not eating or drinking in public areas. There's also going to be enhanced sanitation measures, and social distancing will also be on place.
Crew will also undergo strict testing and quarantine regimes, as well as regular testing during their time on board the ship.
So really, David, this is really great news. As we said, the UK is doing really well with its vaccination programme. And by August, the majority of the country hopefully would have been vaccinated. So 3 months after this, most of the country will be able to travel.
They want to get cruising as soon as possible, and they want it to be as safe as possible, and they cannot afford for another breakout on a ship. It'll be an absolute nightmare just from a public perception point of view. But this is just one step closer to cruise opening up properly and around the world. Don't forget that these guidelines are only in place now at first when cruise does return, and as things get a little bit more back to normal, these guidelines will ease and we will see a return to regular cruising.
So that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're going to be going on loads of cruise lines such as the P&O Iona when we can, so we'll be bringing you all of that footage. And thank you so much to all of our patrons as well. You guys are incredible. We give you loads of things, behind the scenes footage, extra episodes and postcards when we're away. Our captain of the week is Sean, so ahoy there, Sean.
And thanks to Fabulous for sponsoring this video. Click the link in the description section below to take your free trial.
That's it till next time.
Happy cruising!